Why did American Airlines turn away from seatback screens when its rivals doubled down? The short answer is money, weight, and reliability. The longer answer is a bet on what passengers value now. American looked at its network, its costs, and its customers, and decided that screens in every seat no longer made sense on most short and medium flights. Delta and United chose to keep screens and even add more of them. American took a different path. It began to remove screens from narrow-body jets and asked people to use their own phones, tablets, and laptops. The latest move is the refit of the Airbus A319 fleet. These were the last short-haul jets at American that still had screens. In the new layout, the screens are gone, replaced by device holders and more power at the seat. The case for no screens starts with cost. Buying a full system for one jet is a large spend, and that is before you pay for films, shows, and music. Each screen adds parts that can fail. Each server and box needs checks. Cables add failure points. When something breaks, a row of dark screens turns into a stream of complaints and work orders. Weight is the next factor. Screens, wiring, brackets, and control boxes add real mass to the cabin. Extra mass means extra fuel burn. Take weight off each jet, and you save fuel all day. Less fuel burn also means lower carbon output, which is now a key goal for airlines and their partners. There is also the pain of content rights. The studio deals that fill a seatback library are not simple or cheap. Rights can change by country and by route. Keeping a smooth library across many fleets is a job of its own. When you stream to personal devices, you can scale the content more easily and swap shows in and out faster, with fewer hardware limits. Then, there is the risk that a broken screen can delay a flight. Crews face a choice. Do they defer the fix and leave a block of seats with no working system, or do they call a tech and risk a late push? Americans' view is that fewer cabin boxes means fewer reasons for a delay. The simpler the cabin, the faster the turn, and the lower the odds of a tech hold at the gate. So what does a passenger get instead? First, a mount for a phone or tablet at eye level. Second, fast charge ports at each seat, often both AC power and USB. Third, an onboard portal with movies, TV, and live channels you can stream to your device. Some plans include free Wi-Fi for T-Mobile users, while others can buy a pass. The portal may not come alive until 10,000 feet, but once it does, you can watch, text, or work. Will passengers miss the built-in screen? Some will, and that is the bet. Families like screens for kids. People who forget a charger or arrive with a dead phone like a screen that just works. A screen with a map and a moving view of the route feels like part of the trip. Delta and United know this, and they tout it in ads. American is betting that many people bring their own device and that price, schedule, and route map matter more than a screen on the seat in front of you. Is the move only about costs? Yes and no. It is about money, but it is also about risk. A heavy cabin makes fuel costs less stable. A complex cabin makes delays more likely. A fixed screen is hard to upgrade. Your phone is not. Phones get new chips, new screens, and better battery life every year. The airline can then focus on strong Wi-Fi, steady power, and a content feed that works. Now, set that next to the gains for rivals. A seatback screen can lift the feel of the brand. It can help with scores on surveys. It can make a bad delay feel less bad if people can watch a film. In a tight race, those small wins can count. If the route map and price pull harder, screens will not move the needle. If two flights look the same, a screen can break the tie. There is a touch of timing too. In recent years, more people bring a phone and a tablet on board. Apps let you store a show offline. Headsets cut noise better than in the past. Many folks would rather watch their own pics from a service they pay for at home than scroll a seatback list. The airline sees that trend and follows it. Still, there are trade-offs. Device heat and battery life matter on a long flight. A mount is not as firm as a built-in screen when the air gets bumpy. Bright sun can wash out a small screen more than a seatback unit. And some flyers with sight or touch needs find the fixed screen and its large menu easier to use. That is the balance any airline faces when it shifts to bring your own device. In the end, the logic is clear, even if you do not like it. Fewer boxes save fuel. Fewer screens cut delays. Lower weight can mean lower costs, more seats, or both. On some types, the savings stack up over years. If the network and schedule still pull people in, the airline wins on the math. If not, the lack of screens becomes a drag on the brand, and buyers drift to a rival with a friendlier cabin. Will this move pay off or backfire? If American keeps adding routes and keeps planes full, the model is working. If it starts to lose share on key city pairs where rivals show off new screens, that is a red flag. The verdict will come from full planes, repeat buyers, and the share they hold in the market. The choice comes down to focus. American wants to fly a simple, light, stable cabin and let you bring the screen. Delta and United want to build the screen into the seat and let the cabin do more of the work. Two clear paths. For now, American thinks its flyers will pick the route map, the price, and the time of day over a built-in screen. Time will tell if that read is right, but the reasons for the shift are clear, and the stakes are high on both sides. A quick fleet note explains the timing. American has been removing screens from other narrow body types for years. The A319s were the last holdouts because a subset arrived newer with a different fit. Those jets joined between 2013 and 2015, while older A319s came from US Airways and America West. The refit brings the whole group to one setup, so crews see the same seats, power and bins, no matter which airframe shows up. One exception can fool travelers. Sometimes a long-haul wide body flies a short hop to position. Those cabins keep big screens. Catch one, and you get the full system for an hour.